How you doing, guys? It's Kurt from Sirius Cinema and Balaguer Guitars. We're here with Kevin from the mighty Knock Loose.
This is my main go-to, just the standard big body C-shaped jazz.
Describe your current tone versus what it was working with other companies.
For this, I run on my quad Cortex, just a pretty standard setup to what I would have used on my Kemper on Ibanez.
I was going to ask you about that because I know you guys were with Kemper previously, and now everybody's switching over to the quad Cortex.
The tone kind of stayed similar because I liked it so much. I was on a tube head. It was a SVT Classic, and then I had two or three dark glass pedals on my board, and that was it. Yeah. So on my quad Cortex now, I'm just running a sim version of the Ampeg SVT into the two dark glasses that I would have used, and then a noise suppressor and an EQ. And this bass is replicated what I had on Ibanez very well too. I showed Isaac, our other guitarist, and he was like, "Oh, that's sick! I'm gonna do a guitar like it too." And then Nico did another one with his Ibanez.
Yeah.
All white with gold hardware, and that just became the go-to aesthetic for this record release cycle of our instruments. So now Paxton's with the white and pearl drum kit and everything. That. So kind of came together, and it all looks awesome together.
So how do you feel about the durability of the basses with they're probably seeing different planes being thrown around. Are they withstanding the damages of tour life?
Absolutely. Especially big shout out to the Inkies here. I've played this bass relentlessly, and it's a little dirty right now after the show a couple days ago. But,
yeah.
You can't tell that it's been played for 400 shows right now. Neck through, all one piece of wood. It's great. They hold up phenomenally well. I just love these things.
What was it like recording with these versus the previous brands you worked with?
So this did the Upon Lost singles and You Won't Go Up Before You're Supposed to. It's kind of the same because I designed this to feel the same. So the neck is a little thinner, D shape.
Yeah.
And I always go for a 35-inch scale. It just feels a little bit faster in that sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more evil looking, with the upside down headstock and no fret markers at all. This one is a little bit more tight sounding, tight mid-range.
Okay.
This is the one that I'll play throughout the whole set.
Okay.
This is the backup for now.
I've seen you guys hundreds of times, I feel like.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, it's boop, new song, new record coming out. I don't know how you guys even find time to do any of that kind of stuff.
Honestly, if we're not on tour and we're in, Knocked Loose is kind of quiet, we're doing stuff.
Outside of what you were just saying, what are you really doing on your off time? What is it that you personally like to go and do?
Video games and film photography. There's two different spots by our house in Colorado Springs that we drop film off. And we've talked about developing ourselves, but I have no idea how to do it. I could learn a thing from Faisal, who plays bass in Loathe. He's developed film for me and a couple other people on this tour, and he crushes it. So I definitely want to learn because it will save a lot of money probably in the long run. But I have no idea how to do it. But
I have a good friend, you probably think you know him, Cameron Nunes.
Oh,
he
yeah.
lives in LA, so he's I've known him for such a long time, but he's another one that I know does develop his own film.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to learn it, but I'm I take on so many different gigs that I'm I can't add one more thing in there because I know how to get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It become my new hobby and obsess my life, In the past couple of years of the success, because I feel like you guys, like I said, you guys are everywhere now. So
it's changed for the better, absolutely. Meeting way more friends than I thought I would ever have. Seeing way more places than I thought I would ever have. That's definitely the best part about it, is just getting to experience and meet people like you guys and make those connections with companies that are like super cool and stand out to me. there's no like real downside except for missing family and
All right, well, thank you so much for talking
Yeah,
to
of
us.
course.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good day.